people in and around me that know more in specific areas. So I thought about with the radio, I don't get paid to do this. In fact, we pay to do this show. But if it's not work if you, what's the term? If you love it, it's not work.
Mm-hmm.
Some of those famous people saying,
do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life.
yeah, there's one.
Ish.
Yeah. So I would do this. And in fact, I am doing this. And our ad agent said she's like, God, you pay a lot. I'm like, yeah, we get a lot out of it. And we get enough out of it that Bacchus Trees, Big Jim Farms, Back to Earth Compost, and who's the other one? Just Sprinklers.
Yeah.
The first three have been with me forever. Big Jim Farms is new, but Just Sprinklers just joined up. We'll talk about them. We got their little cards online. Some people are going to take their tree off down the day after Christmas. Like Nancy do that?
I don't know. Maybe.
Some people take their tree the day after Christmas. Some people don't put it up till Christmas Eve. We still have a few trees. I texted Chantel at Big Jim Farms down in Rio Grande to see. She had about 35 at the beginning of the week. We have less than 10 left. They're about 6 foot or less. So they're short. I called Reams. Reams had about the same, 25, 30 trees, and they were all 7 to 8 foot. So if you're wanting a bigger tree, it's a shout out to Reams because they're up the street. In the Northeast Heights between San Mateo and San Pedro and Lomas, they had some bigger trees. Call first because this was, again, the beginning of the week. I called on Monday and Tuesday to see where everybody was, and that's where we're at. We have a bunch of stuff at half price, but most of it's gone.
Yep.
So this is going to be a difficult show to talk about wares, other than we have some great gift. Our partner in crime, one of our vendors, has all the Mexican stuff and all the yard art, and he's cleaning up, and there's benches and chimeneas and wall art and sun faces and stuff that looks beautiful. So if you're still looking for some last minute gifts, Jen and I unfortunately are probably going to go to Bezos. In fact, I wrote down, why wouldn't we just do Bezos gift cards? If you don't know what I'm talking about, Bezos owns Amazon. Then you can buy what they want. I used to be anti-gift card, but I also have spent $500 on crap that I don't know what I'm going to do with.
Yeah.
Just stuff to have, and maybe the commercial part of Christmas should be rethought of. Our little podcast at the beginning of the show is take time to breathe. Just stop for a minute. The gift exchange is just, I think, a place for us to stop and go, right. Yeah.
Yep. I think also we have to recognize, you and I have to recognize our kids are grown, and they're more of the kind that would probably be happy to pick out the things that they really want. It's maybe the grandkids that we could have some fun with, but anyway.
Yep.
I find that this time of year is just astronomically stressful for a lot of people. And I did a little bit of Christmas shopping with Jana yesterday, and I was just like, good Lord, the people.
Yeah. I
waiting till last minute. Oh, my God.
I walked into 2 stores and walked out. I'm like, I ain't doing it. Can't do it. Yeah, so I have $500 worth of crap sitting in my dresser. It'll be fun. Techie stuff. 505-243-3333. Get us off this roller coaster. Get us off this tirade, if it were. Classes are scheduled. I'll talk about that after I talk to Debbie. At least January's classes are scheduled. I'll talk about that in just a minute. And we got to find some pansies because we're out of pansies. So I was thinking about going up the street. Debbie, good morning.
Good morning. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And to you, thanks for calling. How are you?
I want to give you my chest because I think you guys do really great.
That's
You do great things for the community, for the people, just people in general. And I'm sorry I'm crying,
no, don't be.
but I'm proud of you.
It brings us to tears and brings warmth to us that we have a few, and somebody as willing as you to call and share. One of the things I heard this week was have the difficult conversation instead of just not saying it.
Mm-hmm.
So, Debbie, thank you. Merry Christmas to you. We will continue, as we tried to say at the beginning of the show. I love doing this. This is one of the favorite things that I get to do. And to have just a few of you say, boy, you make my day. You make other people. You help the community. You give us a place. That helps me with my why. It'll help me with my new advertising, Deb. Merry Christmas to you. Thank you very much. Appreciate you.
Too. And Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Happy New Year
We'll
to
talk
you
to you
as
on
well.
January 3rd. Give us a call back. Be
Okay.
well. Merry
Thank you.
Christmas. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye. Mr. Garcia.
Yes, I'm here.
Hey, what can we
I
do?
wanted to ask you. My question was, how often should I water my plants now that it's been so dry? I mean, they are just dry to the bone, some of them, and I just want to keep them healthy for springtime to bloom and come up.
What kind of plants are we talking about? Just
I'm
general,
talking-
just shrubbery and stuff in the yard?
Well, shrubs and irises
Yeah.
and I can't remember all the names.
Yeah, that's okay.
but,
Generally speaking.
Uh,
So
yeah, generally speaking, and trees as well,
once a week,
like fruit trees.
once a week minimum. And we're 60 some degrees. I heard 70, 66.
Yeah.
We're warmer than we've ever been. It was the warmest November on record.
Yeah, I know.
So once a week at least. Your bigger trees probably could go farther. They could go every other week. If you're watering gallons and gallons and gallons and gallons and gallons of water out at the drip line. But once a week, and a thorough watering, drip systems run on gallons per hour, and most people do not understand that. And they tell me, oh, I water every day for 15 minutes. And I'm like, that's
Not
not
close.
even worth turning on the timer for. It's a quart of water.
Right.
And so at least once a week until we get cold or wet. And I see 2 weeks from today some clouds and some potential for some precipitation. But that's 2 weeks away. The once a week at least probably is even more. I was noticing our pansies and our pots yesterday. They need some water. And we're trying to water at least once a week on the stuff that's planted. But stuff in containers would need even more water.
Right.
Well, I was told that during the winter you don't have to water as much, maybe once every month or so.
No, that's
But I don't-
that's misinformation. That information is not accurate. It could be every 10
Well,
days to every 10 days to 2 weeks in a winter that's wet and cold. That is not this winter. At least once a week, Mr. Garcia.
Okay, thank you very much. I
Thank
will start watering today, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, today would be a
It's
good day to be
perfect
out.
day to do it.
Mhm.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Well, thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
So some of the rules: don't water during the middle of the day and waste water in the summertime. But you've got to water in the middle of the day in the winter because you do not want to freeze the sidewalk and have somebody go beep over tea kettle
Right.
and then sue you because you froze. Though
Right.
I don't see frost in the forecast for the
Yeah.
next 2 weeks. I do see 2 weeks away being in the 40s, which fine. We'll probably get winter in February.
Yeah, and just a reminder though that what we may or may not get for water out of the sky, whether it comes in form of rain or snow or what have you, typically speaking, especially down here in Albuquerque and maybe Rio Rancho and things like that, it is not enough to actually satisfy a fair amount of plants. I mean, if you're talking all natives, sure, you're going to have plants that are going to be relatively happy on relatively little, but when you start to mix non-native plants in, then you start to get into that tiptoe into that zone of them needing a little bit more, and our moisture out of the sky does not typically cover the bases, just like it doesn't in the summertime. So
Give an example of tangible tangibility. A bluegrass lawn needs, 35 inches a year? That's what they say, 35 to 40 inches a year. We get 8 inches of rain a year. So maybe you could skip watering your lawn in the summer with the rain. Maybe you could not water the grass in the winter if you got a rain. But my father taught me this before. When I was a boy, when I was knee-high to a grasshopper, he said something about going out to water. And I said, well, it rained. And we went out and took a shovel, stuck it in the ground. We didn't get 4 inches in, and it was bone dry. Because we're so warm, because we're so dry, it's going to take so much more rain than we'll ever get. If you're watering, if you're continuing, if you're doing that, then the rain will help you out a little bit. If you're not, then it's just a dust bowl and it gets the top wet, and you get confused and think, oh, it's plenty of water, it rained. It's not. Rain doesn't water, especially stuff in containers. Richard and Jen from Jericho Nursery already got a couple of callers. Maybe Jen's the magnet. Jerry and I have tried to figure out what the matrix behind that is. Some weeks we have so many callers we don't know what to do, and some weeks I have to beg you for calls. It's Jennifer and Richard from Jericho Nursery. We're at 101 Alameda, just east of 2nd. We bought the parking lot next door. Look for Barrio Fries flags out there. Can't miss them. New food truck that's moved in. Shout out to Junior and Jessica for moving into our parking lot next door. Give us a call at 505-243-3333. We'll do our best to help you. And thank you, Debbie from Zuni, New Mexico, for calling in and sharing. 96.3 News Radio KKOB. We'll be right back.
This Christmas, News Radio KKOB sets the mood with music that defines the season.
We're bringing you the full experience. Trans-Siberian Orchestra on Christmas Eve with epic holiday rock that hits different after dark.
Then on Christmas Day, it's all about Mannheim Steamroller's iconic blend of Christmas classics.
From loud and electric
To calm and nostalgic.
it's the perfect holiday soundtrack.
Celebrate the season with us. Only on 96.3 News Radio KKOB.
Where the holidays come alive.
Yo, New Mexico, it's Rick from Jericho here to remind you that your guardian angels are here to help you with all your gardening adventures and endeavors this season. So come to Jericho and take a walk through our peaceful tropical greenhouses. Stroll through trees and shrubs and check out the yard and find some of the most amazing yard art and wall decor you've seen in the 505. At Jericho, you're sure to find a warm smile from friendly people who appreciate you. A pleasant but honest answer. Where are you going to go? Jericho. Hoorah!
Some restrictions apply. See store for details.
You want it right today. Get it done the Daniels way. Daniels, plumbing, heating, and air.
Call Daniels for your plumbing, heating, and air projects. Daniels is locally owned and operated, one of just a few left in town. You want to use a local company that's invested in the community because you can trust their team and they'll be there when you need them most. Call Daniels today.
You want it right today. Get it done the Daniels way. Daniels, plumbing, heating, and air.
As December ushers in winter, Baca's Trees reminds you of the importance of caring for your trees, a crucial investment in your property's beauty and value. Are your trees prepared for the cold weather? Proper pruning and trimming can protect them from winter damage, ensuring their health and stability. With December's frosty temperatures, it's essential to monitor your trees for signs of stress or damage. Baca's certified arborists and dedicated diagnostician are here to assist with any concerns, from winterizing your trees to addressing potential diseases, ensuring their well-being. Baca's Trees, licensed, bonded, and insured, has more than 40 years experience in caring for New Mexico's diverse landscapes. Schedule your annual health assessment with Baca's Trees today. Call 505-899-6666 or visit bacastrees.com. Let's ensure that your trees remain strong and beautiful throughout the winter and beyond. Recycling all green waste and only using chemicals when absolutely necessary. Baca's Trees, providing expert tree care since 1980. Call 505-899-6666 or visit bacastrees.com.
From Albuquerque to Angel Fire. Depend on 96.3 News Radio KKOB.
From Zuni to Zia. Got the A's to Z's. We covered it all. 505-243-3333. Richard and Jen from Jericho here to answer your gardening questions. Spring mode. Yep, already. Jen and I haven't planned to take time to get to a tropical place, but maybe our tropical place will be our place up in the Jemez for a few days anyway. Because spring has sprung for us. I have scheduled January seminars. Need to pull up my phone. Carl Christensen from the Water Authority is teaching our first class on December 10th. January 10th. Pulling up my calendar right now. Yep, January 10th, 2 o'clock. I told him he was going to come by. I didn't know if I'd see him or not. So I said either irrigation or rebates. He is the rebate guy. So if you're taking out bluegrass and putting in xeric plants and get a rebate off your water bill, that would be Carl Christensen. Used to be Amos Arbor. He has been promoted, and Carl's taken his place. So Carl and I have nailed down the 10th. I have then also nailed down the 24th for Steve Bell. Steve Bell is Painted Sunset. Great ISA certified. So proud of himself, as he should be. Keeping up his hours. One-man show. Great work. Taught a class last year. Taught a class the year before. We struggled to connect. When we finally connect, he said, "If you like what I teach," I said, "I love what you teach." He said, I said at the time, "I've got the 10th or the 24th." He said, "I'd rather have the 24th. People get anxious, and there's no need to hurry it up." So those two are scheduled. We will do a Q&A in February for sure. I've talked to Marissa Thompson, who is the state horticulturalist. She teaches a rose pruning class in March. So I'm waiting to see what schedule she has available. We'll teach rose pruning in March. My first set of roses show up the middle of February. Then we've got a shipment showing up the 1st of April and the 1st of May. We grow a bunch of roses now ourselves instead of paying the people that were growing them for us. We're trying to save a little bit of money, so we are not having to charge you $70 or $80 for a rose. So we're growing our own from the same company. And I asked them, Weeks Roses, by the way. I need to get the rose list online somehow, probably. I got a confirmation. I asked them, well, can I get the bags and the pots and just do it myself? They said, nope, they won't let me do it, which is integrity. They are not going to let just any schmo out there, kind of like Albuquerque, be a landscaper. Who was it? Chuck in a truck? Was that?
Yeah, or whatever.
A $35 license and a shovel in the back of your pickup does not make you a landscaper. So Steve Bell teaching a class, smaller one-man show, teaching on pruning. You just heard Bacchus Trees advertising on what they can do for you and what you can do for yourself. Just Sprinklers, also proud sponsor. Real happy to have them. Chantel does all of our, that's Big Jim Farms, by the way, Chantel at Big Jim Farms, does all of our social stuff. And I said, hey, get this online. And she promoted Soilutions. I said, no, it's Just Sprinklers. And I texted it to John. John didn't respond, so I don't think he's offended. He's such a good guy. Just Sprinklers picks up Christmas trees after Christmas. There's a date. You can email. There's a QR code on our website, I believe. We got the little discs. They look like coasters. So you can email, and they will pick up your tree. I think they want canned food.
Canned food for the Roadrunner Food Bank.
So again, surround yourself with like-minded people. He is doing right by. What do we do with this tree after? Because the startling stat I got from Bob Clark this year was that less than 20% of people now are buying cut trees. So a big shout out and thank you to those people who bought trees from us, because we sold out. All but. There's less than 10 left. We're wheeling and dealing. Come in, make an offer. They're all marked half price, but you need a tree, we'll hook you up. And again, Reams had some big trees. I believe that Big Jim Farm had a few trees left. They haven't responded to my text from Big Jim Farm. She's been hanging out at the market at the rail yard.
The rail yard,
yeah.
Or a sawmill market? The rail yard?
It's inside. It's the rail, the one, with the train, the old train station. Selling her stuff. I wanted to sell her chili, but she posted something about we're gonna run out. So, a big shout out to Big Jim Farms. They've partnered up with us. I'm really pleased that we seem to be kind of trudging the same path, working down the same way. She does such a good job with community services. And she said, if you guys can just learn to cookie cutter your events for, what are they called? Workshops. because she does all kinds of workshops. I mean, if you didn't get down there, she's going to be there today and tomorrow, and they're done for the year. And then they will start up again next July. But they plant the whole thing. You could go pick your own chili, and they would roast it for you. She donated it when at the end of October, maybe even the first part of November, because we normally freeze before the end of October, but it hadn't froze. She knew she had chili left. She had produce left. And it was a Monday or a Tuesday. My email goes out. Let's talk about that too. My email goes out on Thursdays. And I saw this thing about, hey, we're giving away food. And it was during the government shutdown. Mm-hmm. And so she was, of course, appealing to the people that were in need. But she pretty much opened the acreage. I don't know how big it is, but it's big. Mm-hmm. Acreage on Rio Grande and Candelaria. And said, hey, if you've got need, come pick chili. Come pick produce. And I think
she
I
had
got
pumpkins and watermelon.
Everything. And it was free. Just go get it because she didn't want to see it go to waste. I'm like, hey, can I promote that? She's like, it's all gone. So it didn't last long. She also helped us last year, and we'll do it again this year, a workshop where we did, Jen actually did color bowls, mm-hmm. where you could plant your own color bowl. We're going to do that again. The price has to go up because we didn't charge enough last year. Pricing is pricing, and yes, I guess I do have to talk about money. My seminars are still free, but the big but. However, no buts, Billy Butt Goat. $20 gift card is what it costs to get into my seminar. So you're going to buy a $20 gift card, and you're going to get into the seminar. And I don't care if you use the gift card that day. I don't care if you use it at all. I hope that you will. I hope that you do. I do fully believe that something you pay for has value. I do fully believe that if you pay for something, you're more likely and more inclined to show up and do it. We were going to have you sign up online and pay online. We still may do that. We couldn't pull that off right away. Now we're backed up against Christmas and people traveling, so I don't know if we can pull it off before the January ones. But we'll do a workshop in February or March. We'll do a Q&A in February or March. Chantel did feeding of dinners, farm-to-table dinners, mm-hmm. wine pairing, a 4-course meal, chef, live music. She just really did great stuff with the community. Had farm animals down there. You could go down there, learn how to make biscuititos, could learn how to make tamales. Mm-hmm. Glad to be part of what she's doing and her be part of what we're doing. Grateful to be hooked up. Richard from Jericho Nursery, the number's 505-243-3333. Seminars I've got. Schedules we got.
Well, how many things do we have scheduled, though?
January 2.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And then Marissa in March for rose pruning, and then you and I. Mm-hmm. Oh, the honey we got from a guy. Ed Costanza, and he knows the New Mexico Beekeepers Association president. He's supposed to call me and teach. So we got honey, and again, it was through Chantel and Big Jim Farms, and I saw hers, and it was marked $17.99. He came right away. We got 2 cases of honey. I said, let's do an introductory price of $14.99. We sold it all in 2 weeks. So I went back to $17.99, and it stopped dead in its tracks, so I went back to $14.99. I don't know if you don't know this or not, but we have, it's not a quart, but it's more than a pint. It's a weird sized jar, right? Mm-hmm. 24 ounces maybe?
No.
No? Mm-mm. Okay. Pint 16. And it's bigger than a pint. It's not a quart.
It's not bigger than a pint.
It is bigger than a pint. Look at the little jar. It's a bit. Anyway, $15. Local, honey, both light and dark. Part of the reason we sold 2 cases in the first couple of weeks, the staff bought half of it. Good morning, Tracy.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
Great. And yourself?
I'm excellent, and there's 2 reasons why I called. The first thing is you were talking about how do you get that feel-good feeling out there. This show does it. I mean, my husband and I smile when we listen to you, and you're coming through loud and clear, so this is a big part of it. So kudos to you.
Thank you. And I'll try and figure out how to do that, how to incorporate that. Our nursery also supports this program.
You're real, you're fun, you're funny, you're informative, you're helpful. So that's helpful. and terrific. So the question I have for you is, I've done some good things in splitting and moving and replanting, like some daylilies and things like that. But is it too late to split things like, I think it's pronounced agastache?
Agastache is a weird one to try and separate and make new babies out of. That's a particular one, and it is. My wife corrected me on this, Tracy. Sorry, so I get to correct you. It's agastache because
Agastache.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you know what? Don't sit there and get corrected, though. 'Cause
Yeah,
he still pronounces it the way he wants to pronounce it.
Right. Well, she could correct me, so I'm just.
Agastache.
So here's the thing about that particular plant. Can you divide it? Probably. Now would be a decent time, to be honest, because you then will do, what damage is going to get done when it's very, very dormant, which is not a bad thing. I personally have had not the greatest luck dividing that plant, and I've had better luck just moving it entirely, like getting it out of a space because it got too big or something along those lines and put it somewhere else. I would just be very careful. And the other thing is if it's the native variety of agastache, which is kind of a pale lavender color, it's not a real vibrant color, that one will divide fairly easily.
Yeah, that must be what we have, because I had it too close to a catmint, and I thought, well, let's just give it a shot. And I cut off a piece of it, moved it into another part of the garden. It just flourished.
Yeah.
It's just sort of like, oh, that's great. But I just didn't know if it was too late, and I couldn't find anything consistent online that talked about that.
And get them really wet before you move them. That's always a really good idea, because it makes it
idea.
easier.
Okay.
Yeah. And I don't care what perennial it is. If you get them pretty saturated before you're going to dig them up and cut them in half, basically, or thirds or whatever it's going to be, the wetter they are, the less pull damage that you do to the roots when you cut through it.
Okay.
So that's always a good kind of rule of thumb, is to get things really good and wet when you're going to dig them up.
And okay,
that's a great idea. Appreciate that.
I would typically say that late February is the best time to do it, but again, we're 70 degrees, we're 69 degrees.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And I forgot to cut back my yarrow. Is
cut
it
back.
too late to do that?
No.
Now, here's another thing, Tracy. It affords us this as well, because we don't want to do it, but leaving a bunch of the debris is beneficial to the ecosystem. The whole thing is in balance by not cutting things to the ground. So my courtyard is all concrete, and we have our pond, and that we clean up. And we take the leaves and we do all that, and I got a mulberry out in the front yard, and that we clean up. But the rest of it, the tomatoes in the garden, just because they look terrible, we're going to clean up. But perennials and shrubs, we don't do much of anything. We let the leaves lay in them. We let the debris be around, and that's feeding ecosystems and helping. But if your yarrow, because I hate dead-looking yarrow after the bloom, I hate it. So if you want to just prune it back because it looks bad and it'll help you and help you feel like the yard looks better, it's not going to hurt it at all.
Okay, hey, I heard something, I read it maybe somewhere, that it used to be you trimmed boxwood, and now they're saying, no, let it go.
I wouldn't trim boxwood until it gets on the warmer side of spring, because they can suffer some winter damage, and you're just going to be cutting things twice. Do you see what I mean? The same with lavender and rosemary. If they get winter burn at all, it's better to just wait and then cut all the winter burn out when it's on the warmer side of spring.
There is to a point. There is to a point, Tracy. It's my yard. It's my plant. Okay. So if I want it to be square, then I want it to be square, and I'm going to prune it to do that. That's boxwood is intended for that purpose. I think some of what we're doing, when I talk about the ecosystem and having a good environment for all of that, some of what we're doing is too far. It's too much like, oh, don't prune it. It wouldn't naturally get pruned. Oh, come on. The thing's got to look like you want it to look in your yard. And so for some things, remember, it's your plant, it's your yard. And like a psychiatrist told me one time, you don't really have to do anything anybody tells you.
That's true. Hey, one of the things that I do in the winter, I started at Halloween, because I just stand outside and trim dead branches and
Yeah.
things like that off of plants and evergreens, piñons. Is that okay? You know, the dead stuff, nothing
That's good.
alive.
That it gets you out in the yard. You start paying attention. You can see when it's dead, so it's easy to do. Taking some dead stuff, doing a little cleanup like that is advantageous and helpful. And yes, you should do that.
Perfect.
All right.
Well, Merry Christmas,
Merry
Happy New Year.
Christmas.
You guys are
Thank you.
terrific, and thanks for everything you do.
Appreciate
Thank you
it.
so
Yeah,
much.
Thank you very much.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Got to take a break. I don't have my glasses on. I think it's Corinne. Get you on the other side of the break. Wow. Race through that. 505-243-3333. It's Richard and Jen from Jericho Nursery right here on 96.3 News Radio KKOB. We'll be right back.
This Christmas, News Radio KKOB sets the mood with music that defines the season.
We're bringing you the full experience. Trans-Siberian Orchestra on Christmas Eve with epic holiday rock that hits different after dark.
Then on Christmas Day, it's all about Mannheim Steamroller's iconic blend of Christmas classics.
From loud and electric
To calm and nostalgic.
it's the perfect holiday soundtrack.
Celebrate the season with us. Only on 96.3 News Radio KKOB.
Where the holidays come alive.
Yo, New Mexico, it's Rick from Jericho here to remind you that your gardening angels are here to help you with all your gardening adventures and endeavors this season. So come to Jericho and take a walk through our peaceful tropical greenhouses. Stroll through trees and shrubs and check out the yard and find some of the most amazing yard art and wall decor you've seen in the 505. At Jericho, you're sure to find a warm smile from friendly people who appreciate you. A pleasant but honest answer. Where are you going to go? Jericho. Hoorah!
Some restrictions apply. See store for details.
So, you're traveling for the holidays and have your plan set, but what about your dog? Canine Resorts Luxury Pet Hotel in Albuquerque is the best-in-class dog boarding and daycare service. But since it's the best, it fills up first. So reserve your pup stay now. Canine Resorts has luxurious, cage-free space and lots of outdoor recreational space to keep your dog active and happy all day. Call Canine Resorts at 600-3009 for a tour and evaluation. Canine Resorts, 5-star experience with love and fun included.
The original Cocina Azul at 12th and Mountain is known for its authentic.
Back live in studio, 505-243-3333. Jen and I talking about what we're going to do for classes. I'll reach out. If some of our sponsors happen to be listening, Big Jim taught on chili last year. We need to have him teach on chili.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, we should probably utilize, again, Tracy, thank you, and Debbie. Oh my gosh, what a show. Have these guys teach some classes for us. Dennis, we're reaching out because you're normally listening. You want to have somebody teach proper picking of a tree, proper water,
tree care,
overall
purchase.
There's just general. You open it up, let you decide what it's going to be.
Maybe
Big
text
Jim's,
me, Dennis, if you're listening.
If John Seaver happens to be listening from Just Sprinklers, having him do something on irrigation, proper irrigation, I could do it all in 2 minutes, more. Corinne, good morning.
Hi, good morning. Thank you for taking the call.
I have a couple of questions about succulents. The first one, I don't know the scientific name, but the street name was referred to as a devil's tongue.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, devil's backbone.
The devil's backbone, yeah.
And it has a bunch of little green things protruding from all the leaves. I've had to cut it a couple of times, and it's growing beautifully. But now they're all starting to get, a lot of them are getting those little things on the leaves. I guess that's what you would call them. What are they, and what can I do with them?
I'm without seeing it, it's a little hard. Can you give me a more specific description of what you're seeing on the leaves?
Okay, so they're balloon shaped, and one leaf may have like 20 of them growing out the side of the leaf.
Mm-hmm.
Is it look like new leaves coming out from the side?
That's what I was thinking, but it's coming off the leaf and not the side of the stem.
Does it? So they do bloom. So a devil's backbone they do bloom. They have a bloom that comes. So I would say that you're probably potentially seeing buds, which would mean that it's fairly happy. But usually the buds come from, say, like the top of the plant to the top of the stems versus the sides of the leaves. It could potentially be newer leaves coming, but oftentimes the bud that comes up is going to come from the very top of the plant.
And Jerry just walked in and gave me a note, said, if you can, text us a picture during the break,
helpful.
and we'll take a look. So a lot of those...
To this same number?
Yep, this same number, 243-3333. We'll look at it during the break and see if we have an answer on the other side when we come back. Because sometimes succulents will reproduce. We have a plant that I'm growing babies. I need to look at my plants because I put them in 6 months.
And the second one is I have a 10-year-old jade, which is very, very healthy. What's the best type of pot to replant it in? Would it be a shallow pot, like 4 to 6 inches?
How big a pot is it in now?
It's about 12 inches deep and about 10 inches in width.
So I would tell you about a 14 by 14 inch pot. It's better to go up a little at a time. It's real easy to go too big on a jade plant or any other succulent and then have it stay too wet too long because they like to get dry between waterings. So about a 14 by 14.
Cool. Very cool. Thank you so much. I'll take some pictures and text them to you. And it's a devil's backbone and not the devil's tongue.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, give us a text. And of course, that pot your jade will be much happier if it's in one of my pots.
They all are.
Thank you.
I mean, my house, if you walked in and said, hi, Jericho, everything would be saying, hi.
They would know. Good. We
you.
appreciate the support. Text that. We'll see. We'll take a look. Thank you. Merry Christmas, Corinne. 505-243-3333. Great callers today. Thank you so much. Helps our feel good. Helps our feel goods, our feelers. It's Rick and Jen from Jericho Nursery at 101 Alameda and 131, 121, 151. Right next door, it's 101, 151. First nursery in the valley, because we go from northeast to northwest at the tracks. Our property is on the tracks. Newest nursery in town, first nursery in the valley. 505-243-3333 if you want to get in. On the top side of the show, it's, again, Jennifer and Richard from Jericho Nursery right here at News Radio 96.3 KKOB. and gardening and screwing around and talking politics and redneck chicks and all that stupid stuff. And some education and entertainment. Also, weekends, Jerry's paying attention.
I'm trying to. I got a call this time.
Yeah, so we got a call, and so we're going to throw it to him on...
Real quick, traffic, if you're headed southbound on I-25, just past Alameda, just before you get to Paseo, about halfway, there's an accident. It is running extremely slowly. I got an idea, though.
Yeah.
Get off at Alameda, head on up to Jericho Nursery, buy some stuff.
Yeah.
Kill some time.
Yep.
Yeah. John Severs already called, said he'd teach it, or texted back, said he'd teach a class. We got a text out to Dennis, so hey, it could be fun. We may go to more than every other week. It's me. I try and avoid doing classes when we're on the radio because we do them at 2:00 and it's kind of a rush. But we may run out. We may run out of time and Saturday, so if we have to, and we'll do it when we do radio, that's fine as well. Marita, good morning.
Hi. I have a question.
Okay.
I have a couple bushes in front. I don't know what they're called, but they're small and they put up little plumes. And I notice them in a lot of the mediums, and they seem to cut them back every year.
When do they bloom?
During the summer.
What
and
color?
Just little poofy things.
What color are the blooms?
White. They kind of look like a tiny, I don't know what to call it. But anyway, I didn't get to trim them back last year because I fell and fractured my arm. And they didn't do so well this year. So I wondered, do I need to cut them back? And when do I need to cut them back? Usually in the mediums, they cut them back to about 6 inches.
So we struggle because we can't figure out what it is that you're talking about that blooms in the summer. And the struggle for the answer is plants that bloom in the summer bloom on new wood, and it should be fine. But plants that bloom in the spring, i.e. forsythia, quince, lilacs, if you prune at the wrong time, you prune off next year's blossoms. It will not hurt. It will not hurt to prune them either.
This is not a lilac or anything like that. They're just a little bush.
Then yes, go ahead and prune them.
And they shoot out these little white plumy things.
And it did poorly. I would tell you to go ahead and prune it.
When do you think I should prune it?
I would go ahead.
You could do it now if you think it looks
shoddy,
ugly, or you could wait till February or March. But any time over the next few months.
Okay, super. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate the call.
Okay.
Going to do a color balls?
Yes. So the other thing I'm going to throw out there in case she's still listening, Corinne. Maybe what you have is mother of millions and not necessarily the devil's backbone. So sometimes those plants get misidentified every so often. So I guess we're still waiting to see if we get a picture of that. But that to me sounds like a more likely scenario. So anyway, hopefully either that or snap a couple pictures of the plant you have and just come into the nursery and we'll be able to identify it for you.
Mother of millions gets babies on the edge of the leaf. That's one we were talking about that I'm doing propagation. I'm trying to grow some new plants with it. So get out there and water. If you haven't winterized yet, now would be a time to winterize. If you haven't, and I love what Bacchus says because only using herbicide, pesticide, fungicide, any of the killers when absolutely necessary, what I like to talk about, and probably should use that in my advertising as well, is IPM, Integrated Pest Management. If it's not doing harm, why are you spraying? Because most of the stuff you're spraying for is as harmful, if not more harmful, than what you're spraying.
Correct.
So
also,
when your things are out of sync, when things are out of whack, then you've got to spray, and then we'll get you to the right spray.
Right.
But I say all of that because I'm going to tell you to use oils now, and I'm going to tell you that goes against what I just said a little bit, but it will probably save you from having to use more toxic stuff later, because oils are not toxins. They are suffocants, and so you can kill a bunch of insects that have wintered over eggs and or larvae and or the bug itself, and not be using something that's a nerve poison. Jen taught me, and this again goes against that a little, but neem oil is a good dormant oil as well. Amanda talked about me getting some all seasons oil, which is just oil, not neem, because you can dilute it less. You use it stronger in the wintertime, so it's a better suffocant and can be used heavier in the wintertime than in the summertime. So it's called all seasons because you can use it any time of year, but you use more of it in your dilution in the wintertime than the summer.
Also, something to keep in mind is sometimes I know that everybody wants that perfect lawn, but I would throw out there that things like dandelions are some of the earliest food that bees will have. So if you can maybe live with some dandelions early in the season and go ahead and do a little touch-up spray of those after they're done blooming, so the bees can have some food. Those are just things to think about, of maybe being a little bit more conscientious about, and what's out there.
If you're gonna spray, I guess spray, but you could pop them out. There's a dandelion digger. It's got a fork at the bottom, a little V that helps pop the root. I just bought a book that somebody's getting for Christmas about the dandelion being edible from stem to stern. Every single part of it is edible. It's only Americans that kill them. The rest of the world uses them, plants them, grows them. People have asked us, do you sell dandelion seeds? They're like, no, we sell dandelion killer. Dandelion seeds. But, maybe it's making some changes. I'm looking at Jer over there because I know we're counting down 1 minute, 58, 50 seconds, 52, 53, 54. Merry Christmas, y'all. Again, JerichoNursery.com. Emails every Thursday morning. Get on our email list. I think you can do it online. If you're not a frequent Flower Club member, you ought to be. You surely should be getting the rewards. We need to do a little better, as we always have, in making sure you know that you're getting rewards, that you're getting things other customers don't get, that we're taking care of you because you're part of our community. Special shout out to the couple of people, Tracy and Debbie. Wow. Tears to my eyes that we are affecting the community, that we're trying to do something that is worthwhile and worth your time and ours. Appreciate you being part of our lives, part of our day, allowing us into your home. Until next time, Jennifer and Richard from Jericho, Merry, very Merry Christmas.